Welcome back to our YouTube channel. My name is Karen Holmes, and I'm the founder and director of the World Peace Organization for the One World Government, but I'm also the principal of the organization. If you were to look at this like as a school, I'm, I'm the one who sets the principles for everything. Uh, I don't go into the classrooms. I'm not so much of a teacher as I am the person who sets the principles. So what you could do is you could look at the principal's office and how that sets the principles. But then there's the administration, the other members of the administration, and then the teachers, and then there are the students and how each of them applies the principles. It's up to the teachers to decide what goes on in their classrooms, but they have to also stand on the principles of this. So you can get an idea about the plan for world peace by going between the principles of this, the overview idea of it, world peace idea, but then how each of these principles is applied. You can go back and forth between the overview idea and then the next level. And then the next level is their responsibility to teach the principles to their people. So it goes all the way down. You can look at what I am saying and the plan for world peace, the overview idea. Then you can apply the same thing in your own life. And you can say, you can come back and you can say, but you told us that we would have a voice in our government and that you were setting the principles of world peace. And then you can hold us accountable for it. You are the watchdogs of world peace. The support people, the people are the watchdogs of world peace. So it's up to you to keep us standing on the principles of this. In other words, if we can do it, so can you, but then it's up to you to keep us standing on our principles. Okay, so on our website, as I said, we have the technology, we have business and economics, we have crisis in the family, conflict resolution, and then we that also includes kind of like security and capacity, and then we have tolerance, and then we have that's our flower life pattern. And I am teaching the principles, but then they are also the watchdogs for me to make sure that I'm standing on the principles. So in a way, it's a trickle down idea as I teach the principles, but it's a trickle up idea so that I have to stand on the principles also. We have we if you have any problems, you're welcome to make comments. You're welcome to go on any of our websites. We have, and then you can leave if you have an objection to what's going on. You can write a letter to the organization, and it's on our website at oneworldgov.org. And then that information is there. All the information in terms of how to lodge a complaint against the organization is there. And then I will work with my Flower of Life people. The other thing is that I'm not the only person who's involved with this, because in a way there are many people who are doing this same level of the principles that I'm doing. And that's not my responsibility to deal with that. It's up to them to deal with how they because everybody's functioning from a different level. Okay, so look into each of these ideas and then how it applies, and go into greater depth in each of the segments. Our website has the planning, the government proposals, the planning for each of the stages, introduces uh, um, what's called Track Our Progress Planning. There's a list of blogs that are there. Each of our Flower of Life people will be responsible for newsletters, writing newsletters, um, and I have a I have my organization, but I'm also a publisher for the organization books, and the money that uh, comes from the books goes back to the organization. Half the money goes back to the organization. So you can support the organization not by donations. We don't accept donations in the organization, but we do expect we're a 501c3 organization, but we don't accept donations. We're charitable from the standpoint of giving back, helping people create their life and working with the government and advising the government. But at the same time, our source of income include uh, buying the books that explained the government proposals and things like that. We'll go into that in greater depth in different the different channels that are included on the website. Okay, so um, in terms of donations, everything is you get your return on your investment. It's not something where you give a donation and expect something in return. What you get in return is the information on how to create the life you want, and what you do with it is then your responsibility. We don't sell things like t-shirts, and we don't sell keychains, and we don't give out prizes, and we don't do things like that. There's always a return on your investment that benefits both sides. It benefits us when you create the life that you've always wanted. So, go ahead and argue with me that you really don't want to create the life that you want and you would rather get a t-shirt or a keychain. Okay. So thank you for listening. Be sure to check out our like I said, our website has uh, all the information on the government proposals. Those are there. It has the planning. It has a list of blogs. It has our goals, our and our next. And I'm also going to talk about our exempt purposes as a nonprofit organization. It has everything that you need to participate. It has a forum. Right now, the forum is being inundated by Russian hackers, and so don't expect it to be functioning very well. It has surveys for each of the proposals, and that is still in the works too. It has um, our contact information, so you can leave messages. And if you have a complaint, it's there on the contact page. It has a list of the member nations, the 87 people in 87 countries, and their nations, their names. If you're going to become an affiliate member of the organization and support it by just saying you like the idea, that has allowed us to leverage the plan to the world leaders, because we are making them stand on the principles also. So the blogs and the there's a long list of blogs and a long list of support. Countries will be on it. We have classes called Getting Out of the Abyss classes. One of the most interesting things that we're going to go into in greater depth is the uh, world peace marketing strategy. And so each of that is something that we're going to go into on a global basis with our first government proposal when we go to Oxford and Stonehenge, talk about unification and conflict resolution and introduce the idea to end the war in Iraq. Check out our government proposals. And then if you can support the organization by getting our newsletters, and we're each responsible for our own newsletter. Each proposal, each project will have a newsletter so that you can participate in it. And it takes the idea from the crisis situation all the way to its resolution. So we'll go into that in greater depth in other channels. That gives you an overview idea of how to approach this and all the parts of it that are available for you to be able to apply this in your own life, to take this idea forward. Okay, thank you for listening. Be sure to subscribe and like, and ring the bell if you haven't done it so far. Thank you.